Hey guys, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel where we cover the news, the facts, the sentiments that are happening in this new emerging asset class that is cryptocurrencies. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, also smash a like button, and this is not financial or investment advice. Guys, we have a tweet from Donald Trump, President Trump, who's the president of the United States, of course, about Bitcoin and Facebook Libra. Let me read it for you. He stated here, and he tweeted this today, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money, and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity." Now, I, of course, don't agree with everything he's saying there, and it's okay for him not to be a fan of it. That's okay. But he's saying it's not money. And yes, in the traditional sense, it is not like fiat currencies. It is a peer-to-peer, Bitcoin starting the revolution, a peer-to-peer cashless ability to send money globally, unmutable, and all of that, right? You guys know about the benefits of this, and obviously the distributed ledger. And he said the unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior. Now, the argument, and we just saw it with JP Morgan, their boat was confiscated. Crypto, drug trade, and all illegal activity still happened. They were still using fiat. So that argument is flawed, right? To say that crypto, its only thing is to facilitate illegal activity. Every currency facilitates illegal activity, right? Because you can't stop that aspect. There's always going to be crime and so forth. So we're getting a little philosophical here, but looking at the principles. So I hope you guys get that. He said similarly, Facebook's Libra virtual currency will have little standing or dependability. If Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations, just like other banks, both national. So Facebook being a company, sure, they can't escape that. They're going to have to get the banking license and so forth. However, that doesn't apply to Bitcoin, being that there's no centralized authority where they have to go get a banking license and so forth. Now, I know he mentioned all cryptocurrencies here, but there's one company that is working with the IMF, central banks, the Federal Reserve, and many others, the Bank of International Settlements, and they're leveraging XRP. So I don't know, maybe he thinks that that XRP falls under the umbrella of what he's saying, but he didn't mention it, obviously. But I'm just thinking here out of the box, like who's working with the government right now? Ripple. So I think this is actually good for XRP in the long run. In the short term, this is going to be a negative impact on the on the market. Possibly, you never know. Sometimes this market moves in different ways where people do the opposite. But obviously, it's going to put a damper on some momentum that we've had because you have the president coming out and saying he's not a fan. So this is very, very interesting. And he continued here tweeting, "We have only one real currency in the USA, and it is stronger than ever, both dependable and reliable. It is by far the most dominant currency anywhere in the world, and it will always stay that way. It is called the United States dollar." Now, the problem is the facts state differently, that the value of the fiat currencies, and including the US dollar, continue to depreciate. So it could rebound, but let's look at the facts, right? What is happening? And we see fiat, the purchasing power and so forth, inflation and so forth, it's happening. It is not the same. So guys, this is interesting. I'm still trying to process it, but I would love to hear what you think as well. I'm going to think about this, talk to some other people in the community about it as well. But it's interesting. Once again, he could change his mind, but this may be maybe a spur of a moment, like, well, I don't like Bitcoin. I kind of has a general idea. Maybe he doesn't have the full background on it. Who knows? But let's see how this plays out. Now, Max Kaiser actually in reply to this in a certain way here, he tweeted. Now, he's, of course, a Bitcoin bull. He said, "Bitcoin will now humble the world's most powerful man." This is interesting. The world, I think, will have their emperor's got no clothes moment regarding the USD. As Bitcoin openly mocks Trump, and it will get worse. How does he come back from that? 2020 is now in play. Trump just blew it. Now this is his opinion, but I think a lot of people in the crypto community are like right away like, wait, you're wrong, right? But like I said, he could change his mind, maybe become more educated about it, but we'll have to see how things play out. Now, something interesting, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, tweeted the following today: applauding UK regulator, the FCA, which is the Financial Conduct Authority, for providing clarity and leadership on the classifications of digital assets. They recognize Ethereum as the features of a hybrid exchange/utility token, not a security token, and call out the similarities between Ethereum and XRP. So in Europe, I think for the most part, they're a bit more open and they're moving faster. We've seen that overseas versus the SEC and CFTC here, which have not provided clarity on what's securities and what's not. And but Brad is, I think he's hinting at some things here, applauding the UK regulator, right? And he's of course based in the United States. So it's an uphill battle now with the government, as you can see, starting with the president, right? But at least the CFTC and SEC are further along. I think they're open to the idea of digital assets and cryptos, but they want to regulate it and they need to provide more clarity. Now, speaking of XRP, we had a tweet here from this guy, Bones XRP. I don't know who he is. Before I leave Twitter, I just want to say a big F you to all the XRP influencers who have been miserably wrong about everything. It's not your fault that I listen to you, but I still hate you and hope you get hit by a bus. Ciao. Now, he did not include me in this, in the tagging, but this person's obviously very upset, and I think they started their account in April, so it looks like they got into the market, maybe a few months back, and now they're expecting big returns. And I'm seeing a lot of complaints and crying, and people don't understand market cycles, and it takes time, and there's regulatory clarity that we're waiting for. But it is what it is. But I like what Michael Arrington, who's obviously well-known TechCrunch founder, Silicon Valley investor, and so forth. Final capitulation, often a good signal. So people are in that anger phase, right? The capitulation, are very angry. Like, oh, it's not going anywhere. I'm tired of this. You guys are telling me this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to comment everywhere. It's crap. It's garbage. That's fine. You're free to do what you want. But I always tell you, remove your emotions and look at the facts, right? Look at what's being built and what's coming ahead and what is being planned. So I certainly am bullish on XRP. I'm holding long term. I know a lot of people are looking for short-term gains, but if you're looking for short-term gains, maybe look at something else, another crypto, right? So that's just my 2 cents, guys. Now, Bitcoin startup brings Lightning Network payments to Amazon and Whole Foods. United States-based payments startup Fold has made Lightning Network payments possible at Amazon, Starbucks, Uber, and other big-name retailers. The news revealed in an official blog post. As previously reported, the Bitcoin Lightning Network is a second-layer solution to Bitcoin scalability limitations, opening payment channels between users and that keep the majority of transactions off-chain, turning the underlying blockchain only to record the net result. So it's going to make Bitcoin faster and cheaper to use. So we are seeing more and more companies are adopting the Lightning Network. Big players like the Square Cash app said they're going to be working on that. So great to see the infrastructure being built for Bitcoin's usability, because right now the usability sucks, let's be honest. Lightning Network payments are thus processed via the Fold site, where users can select a retailer and pay the relevant invoice using their Lightning wallet. Once paid, this provides them with a gift card at a maximum value of $25 that is redeemable either in store using a barcode or online via alphanumeric code. So not a direct transaction, but an indirect via a gift card. Now, the block annoys me with this, trying to get my email. Convenience store Sheetz deploys Bitcoin ATMs in 6 shops. So we continue to see crypto ATMs pop up in grocery stores everywhere, guys. They're popping up everywhere now, and it shows the growth of this new asset class. Also, you may have seen my interview with the CEO of Belco BTM, which is a crypto ATM service here in New Jersey. And we're seeing them pop up nationwide here. American family-owned convenience store chain Sheetz has deployed Bitcoin ATMs in 5 shops around Pennsylvania state and 1 in North Carolina. So not a lot, obviously, but they're not the only ones doing it, and it's a start, right? They're going to start at certain places and then scale. So this is great, and people will be able to obviously buy crypto and sell. More buy. But Sheetz has partnered with Texas-based Bitcoin ATM operator CoinSource for the initiative. Customers will have to enroll with CoinSource to be able to make transactions from $5 to $5,000 per day from the machine. So this is awesome, guys. Finally, German central bank, cryptos are not a threat to financial stability. So we're seeing different governments and everybody coming out with their own opinions. Obviously, we just talked about Donald Trump, but a lot of these central banks and governments around the world don't see it as a threat. There are still some who do. But the sentiment is changing, right? That's why I said at the beginning, Donald Trump's sentiment could change about this. Could be his first reaction, hearing bits and pieces about it, but he may change his tone about it, guys. So let's see what happens. But we are certainly on the rise. This train has left the station and it ain't stopping. It's already gone. Bitcoin is getting more mainstream, and I hold XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other cryptos. But in times like this, I certainly see the decentralized value of Bitcoin, where you can't go shut it down anywhere, and that's really big, and obviously why it is it started the revolution of crypto. So guys, what do you think about this news? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments. Leave them below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please share this video if you found it helpful and you want to spread the news and educate folks about crypto. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.